Like many apocalyptic climate myths, there's widespread acceptance among the media, climate experts, and the general population that numbers of forest fires are increasing, and it's due to man-made climate change. It only seems to make common sense. With warming temperatures, one might logically surmise that warmer weather means more fires. In this video, we will examine what the science, facts, and data tell us about these damaging events, and find that it is not quite as you're being told on the nightly news. There are three ingredients that are necessary for wildfires to rage out of control. First, you need an ignition source. You need fuel, and you need to be in a drought or arid condition. According to a new study authored by a team of fire experts and led by University of Colorado ecologist Jennifer Balch, 84% of all fires in the United States are human-caused. Lightning strikes are, of course, the primary cause of naturally ignited fires, and it dominates only in the sparsely populated western states. Specific igniters by humans include electric utility lines, vehicles, smoking, arson, motorized equipment, and the odd wind turbine going up in a flaming inferno. Interestingly, lightning strike-initiated fires are pretty well limited to the months of June through August, the most arid months of the year, while human-caused ignitions have tripled the historical length of the fire season. Of interest to you might be that the most common day for human-started fires is, yeah, you guessed it, July 4th, American Independence Day. According to USGS fire expert John Keeley, the number of homes at risk in the western United States has increased from a little more than 600,000 in 1940 to nearly 7 million in 2010. Greatly expanding the presence of human igniters. With more homes encroaching into fire-prone areas, the logical assumption is that human-caused ignition would cause an increase in the number of fires. What we find, however, is just the opposite. Across the northern hemisphere, we find that both the number of fires and the size of the area burned has been a long-term decline, and it's a significant decline. Let's first look at the fire data in the United States as provided by the National Interagency Fire Center. Their data goes back to 1928 and shows that there's been not only a decline in the number of fires, but a quite significant decline at that. Backstopping that is data from the NIFC on acreage burned from the same time frame, showing a more than 80% decline in the area burned. If we take a look at a little bit bigger picture, a study in 2014 found that the area burned worldwide in the 20th and early 21st centuries had declined significantly. The authors of both large studies attributed the decline in high-latitude forest fires to increasing soil moisture content, owing to a combination of increasing carbon dioxide concentrations and rising temperatures. The rising temperatures mean that more water vapor can be incorporated in the atmosphere and leads to increased precipitation, while increasing CO2 fertilization effect means that plants lose less water through the process of transpiration, and thus more moisture remains in the ground. The media and alarmist groups tell us one story, while the science, the facts, and the data tell us something completely different. What we find is that rather than an increase in forest fires, we're seeing that a rising temperature and increasing CO2 are contributing to a significant decline in those events. This is a very inconvenient fact for the anti-fossil fuel crowd, who ruthlessly exploit tragedies like this in order to raise funds for their groups. It'll become increasingly difficult in the future to raise those funds once it gets out that increasing CO2 translates to decreasing forest fires.